I mean, to be fair, you ate something called Mr. Porky pork scratchings. Doesn't sound like... Sounds like you're taking a risk just eating something called Mr. Porky pork scratchings.
A pig? You dirty pig!
I mean, they are dirty pigs after all. We saw one roll down the hill when it was drunk.
Whoa, ho, ho. Shit the bed on my hoe. Come here, girl.
That is some wacky shit. Tess later confirmed she had contracted salmonella. Go away, Spanky. It's enough money. Although the vomiting eventually subsided, Rwanda continued to suffer from diarrhea and abnormal bowel function for almost a year after being discharged from the hospital. A year of diarrhea. Oh! The last couple of years, I've ended up winning. Wait, what? The NFL season's not over? There's a Super Bowl to be played still? Yeah, it's over as far as I'm concerned. Fuck y'all. It's done. It's over. It's over. It's done. It's done. Hey, NFL. Fuck you. Wait a minute. Trust me, I'd be making that. I'd be dropping F-bombs. Motherfucking shit, fucking shit. I wouldn't be going. Well, maybe we will have the R-rated story. Virgin on virgin sex is probably the worst sex a human being can experience. Probably for both parties. You don't know what you're doing. They don't know what they're doing. The drapes match the carpet. Get me to blow on your marbles. Oh, that sounds disgusting. What a freaking mess. That is some wacky shit. It's like something that a young woman would do when she hooks a old man. Like, she wants to turn him into a young person. Look at how cute he is. We sit on the couch and we post pictures on Instagram. My wife, his lack of prejudice.
Racist piece of shit.
He's not.
You racist piece of shit.
He's not one of these.
You racist piece of shit.
Oh! Why didn't I meet you earlier? Because it would have been against the law 4 years earlier. Remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots? That shit was cool. You have fights and everything, and then when you pop them in the face, the head pops off. It was awesome. Evel Knievel, I had that. Those were the best toys ever. Back in the 70s, I'm telling you right now. Like, fuck you, you dick. Don't ask him about his team. That is some wacky shit. What's going on in the football game? Have I won my fantasy yet? I haven't. This guy hasn't scored me a point. The hell's up with that? Throw it to Hawkinson, you fuck. Wait a minute. Said the bad word. See, I just say it. I don't even know I'm saying it, Darren. It just comes out. It is what it is. This is a show where I can say the F word. But I've never been self-conscious until now. But yeah, I will say the F word. And I have, every drop I have has the F word in it.
What did you say? What the fuck did you just say?
I said the F word! What? You got a problem with it? Man, it's not gratuitous. It's just part of my language. That is some wacky shit. Oh, I do have a lot of anger. It fuels me. I'm not going to lie. I run on bitter anger fuel. I get angry at everything. Weird news stories. Man kills rabid bobcat. Man kills rabid bobcat with bare hands. After being attacked, it was me or him. Big brown eyes and golden hair. I used to have golden hair. I used to have nice, luscious, golden blonde hair. Wait a minute! Eager to please. That's why I hate dogs right there. That is the reason I hate dogs. Eager to please. They are such brown nosers. I can't stand. Oh, I love you. God, they're freaking. That is some wacky shit. Happy Monday, everybody. Polly, you were first, dude.
You won! You did it!
Polly and I were talking on TikTok, Marco Polo, about toys we grew up with. And he was talking about the rockets that had the little explosives in them, where you had to have the wire and you go off in the bushes and you push the button and then went. And then I was thinking the other day, I'm like, oh, remember those ones where you pump with air, you fill them up to the line with water, and then you put air in there, and then they go. Anyway, I found a video of one of those, 45 seconds long. All right, weird news today. I have no guests. Is the solo me? There's no Darren, no Dino, no Gail, no Bacon, no Bacon. Sounds horrible. This is a regular news story. We usually do weird news, but this is just idiocy from my local affiliate, but it happened in Alabama. Theft suspects flee with children in car, leave 2 children at Walmart on Easter. Now, I actually read this article because I'm like, is it just a basic thing? No, it's pretty outrageous. Very inappropriate.
Totally inappropriate. It's lewd, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
Outrageous. I should have put more than 3 stories because when I'm solo, there's less chit-chat. But I have a whole folder, so I'll dive back into the folder. Woman slammed, this is the Daily Star, woman slammed for freeze-drying her dead dog. Says she can now properly grieve. Now, the spoiler alert on this is she's a content creator. And content creators are wacky. All of us. I mean, all of them. Let's see. This is from the UPI, which I always find funny because I always think of UPI sounds like a venereal disease or some infection or whatever. Urinary PP infection. No, that'd be UPPI. Urinary pee infection. North Carolina flight delayed by bee swarm on turbine engine. I got a video of that. And whatever other stories I need to do. But this is one of the toys I had. One of the many toys I had. And when I was growing up. The good stuff. There was no electronics, people. Or very little. You had the pocket football game where you went beep, 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 beep. And then you get a touchdown. It goes bleep, bleep. That was it. That was the highlight of our electronics. But, by the way, Gail, good job. UCLA women's win. They win.
You won! You did it!
And it wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. South Carolina got spanked. Spanked. Do I have a drop for that? Spanking drop? I don't have a spanking drop. Here we go. This is one of the toys I grew up with. We were reminiscing, a week and a half ago on 100 Horse and Friends. We did a 4-hour show on retro shit. Here we go. These were cool. Jeez, that's a long title. So much for 45 seconds. It's all title. Oh, yeah, I had the little thing so you could fill it up with water. A little funnel. Ours were just red, clear red. Now this is solid white. Solid white.
Racist piece of shit.
No talking on this video. I like that. Oh, there's Bert and Ernie at the top. Wait, what is that? Wait, stop. What the fuck? What the fuck cartoon is that? Oh, something with a beard. That was Bert and Ernie. So you fill it up with air. And then you lock it, and then... Oh, that was lame. Ours went way higher than that. What the hell is that? You can't have that on YouTube. What is she doing? Giving herself a wedgie? What the hell is that? Wait a minute. Let me zoom in on that. What the hell is she doing? From Norway, my homeland. Anyway. Nice thumbnail there. I bet that, yeah, 767,000 views. Of course. Of course it has 767,000 views. Look at that thumbnail. She's giving herself a wedgie. It's pretty racy. They won! I know! I wish I would have had money on it. You might have jinxed it. UCLA. Yeah, Paulie likes UCLA. Whenever the Ducks play UCLA, Paulie's all over it. Yeah, she's getting up in there all right. She's like, All right. Let's get to stories here. Let me catch up. I'm going to try to do a better job of reading the chat. Good afternoon, relaxing. I see you up there. Okay. Theft suspect. Listen to these fucking idiots. Absolute idiots. Theft suspects flee with children in car. Okay, so far it's like, okay, some random story. Leave 2 children at Walmart on Easter. So they're running away from security, and they only have 2 of their kids. They left the other 2. You're going to get caught if you leave half your family at Walmart. Especially kids. They're tattletales. Oh, I'm sorry your parents left here. Let's get you a popsicle and just tell us where they live. Oh, they live over here. We're going to take you home to them. Oh, yeah, here's the address. Then send the police. Calera, Alabama. Suspects are in custody. That isn't even the worst part of them leaving half their family, 2 of their 4 kids at the Walmart. Suspects are in custody after a police chase with children in the car on Easter. So they had 2 of their kids in the car, and then 2 of them they just left at the store that they stole from. According to Calera police, officers were notified of a reported theft at a Walmart Sunday afternoon. After responding, the suspects fled the scene with 2 children in the car. They left their other 2 children at the Walmart, according to police. Not the smartest crooks in the world. The suspects were speeding and driving recklessly, leading police on a chase. When authorities learned there were children in the car, they backed off the suspect's vehicle, but the suspects continued speeding and driving recklessly. The vehicle's tires were later spiked by Alabama law enforcement agency after the suspects started to drive the wrong way on I-65. What a bunch of morons. The suspects then got out of the car and ran before being caught. Quote, fleeing the police is stupid. Doing it with the kids in the car is horrific. And I don't know what to say about leaving 2 kids at Walmart while you try to escape with your stolen electronics, the Calera Police Department said. One suspect has prior theft charges in which charged with felony attempting to elude, reckless endangerment, abandonment of a child, retail theft, and 16 separate traffic violations. You know what's funny about this? If they would have just gotten arrested for shoplifting, they probably wouldn't even have went to jail, or they wouldn't have went to the police, got their fingerprints, and then been released. But now he's got close to 16 felonies. You're going to prison for years. where you could have been out that night if you just said, I stole it. What a moron. One suspect has wait, I already read that one. The second suspect has 46 arrests across 4 states. Okay, 46 arrests? Why are they out? Why? 46 arrests. Just lock them up and throw away the key. 46 arrests across 4 states and has multiple felony warrants. Why is this person out? Morons. God. Bunch of idiots. Wait, where's the favorite on that story? How do I get rid of the... I don't think I favorited it. Okay, good. Anyway, there you go. 46 arrests, and they're out trying to kill a bunch of kids. Morons. Great parenting. Right. What'd you do on Easter? Oh, we went and dyed some eggs, and then we hid the eggs and found the eggs, and then we went to service, and then we had ham dinner. What'd you do? Oh, we went to Walmart, stole some electronics, left 2 of our 4 kids there, took the other kids, drove the wrong way down the freeway, 16 traffic things, felony arrest. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice. Good for you. Sounds exciting. Enjoy prison. Let's see, what is this? Why can I not see? Oh, Daily Star. Duh, it's right there. Look at it. Look at it. That meme that Geoff likes to use all the time of the old woman and the guy's like pulling her. Look at it. Daily Star. Oh, by the way, Bacon's got a good idea. And I mean, Bacon having a good idea. That's breaking news. Where's that?
Shit is about to get real. HollywoodRejects.com has breaking news.
You know what? He has an idea, and I think it'll work. He was going to do it for his show, but I'm like, I'm going to steal it for my show. I think that we could set up a Spaces on Twitter, and I could run the feed from the Spaces to the show. And I've never used the Spaces before, but he says, like, you click on people and then they can talk, and then you click on them again, they're muted again or whatever. Instead of using phone lines, you guys could, if you wanted to come on the show and just be on audio only, not video. Anyway, I'm going to play around with that idea. Play around with the idea. So that we can have more interaction. I'm just saying. If someone wanted to do a Twitter. Anyway, I'm gonna check that out. I have to, test it and see how to get that to work. But I think that would work, so that it would give you guys a chance to come in for 5 minutes or whatever and say what you want to say and then bail out. It's a lot easier than Zoom, where I have to send you a link and all that crap, and then Anyway, we can do both. But that's a good idea. I like that idea. Because the phone call doesn't work. I'd have to pay for another phone line or use Google Voice, and I can't get rid of the caller waiting. So when someone's talking, it's all beep, 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 while other people are trying to dial. It's a mess. Daily Star. Woman slammed for freeze drying her dog. Says she can properly grieve now. What, you couldn't grieve when the dog was just dead? That wasn't good enough for you? You had to freeze dry it? Of course, a content creator. So did she do it because she had to properly grieve? Or did she do it because she wanted to get in the news and get her content up? This is what she looks like. There you go. What woman would freeze dry her dog? That woman. That woman would. Purple hair. There's nothing wrong with purple hair. Nothing wrong with purple hair. Prince approves. Well, he would if he wasn't dead. Did she freeze dry Prince? I don't think so. A content creator says she paid about, this is from the Daily Star, so Great Britain. So we're talking pounds and not, wait, if we're talking about Britain, we gotta bring in our what does Burn Dog call you, Paulina? I don't know why that is. We got to bring on our British accent co-pilot. Maybe she's working better today. I hate that tone.
Hey. Absolutely. I'll
Hey,
dial.
British lady, can you stop that tone when I turn you on? It's annoying. She's going to tell me no.
I get it. And I'm here to help. If you ever feel like I'm slipping back into that tone, just let me know and
No,
I'll
not
keep...
that. Anyway, you're misunderstanding me. That's fine. I got a question. I'm reading this article in the Daily Star, and it says this woman freeze-dried her dead dog, and she paid 2,600 pounds to do that. How many, or what's the exchange rate to dollars? What is 2,600 pounds in dollars? God,
So right now, 2,600 pounds is about $3,473.60. Let me know if you need anything else.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So there you go. Wow, that's a lot of money to freeze dry your dog. I mean, our last cat passed away, and we have her ashes downstairs. So maybe that's weird too. I don't know. But they're in a little teeny urn. I don't know. Maybe that's weird too, but freeze drying. Anyway, a content creator says she paid 2,600 pounds, and the British lady said it's what, $3,000, whatever she said. I wasn't paying attention. Freeze dryer soul dog. Wait, what? A content creator says she paid about 2,600 British pounds to freeze dry her dog, quote, soul dog, unquote. Baby. Soul dog baby? Like soul dog, like, is she saying that's her soul mate, but it's a dog? When you find a soulmate, don't you end up like that's your soulmate? That's the only person you're going to be with for the rest of your life? Would a soul dog? So if her soul dog dies, does she have another one? Or are you allowed to get another dog if that was your soul dog? I don't know. Soul dog baby. There's an original name. After he died from a tumor. Q Arnold. It's not a tumor. Insisting it helped her grieve despite fierce online backlash. Well, why would anyone care? Because everyone's got to have an opinion, right? Who cares? Oh, Eric's here. Surprise, Mr. Falcon. I just used that in a, oh yeah, I did a TikTok. 4 people watched it. That's, I'm trying to get my TikTok thing going. So if I get enough followers, I can go live on TikTok and stream this show to TikTok. So I spent, anyway, I spent a lot of time doing TikTok. I had to build the thing out. So in the future, it will be faster. 4 people watched it. That's not very good. That's not very good. Anyway, I used the surprise, Mr. Falcon, because I don't want to swear over there, because if you swear over there, it screws up the algorithm. So less than 4 people would see it. Actually went well. Oh, your first day back to work? That's right. I just worked 6 hours, then came home and had PT. I'm on the couch, pressing that knee now. Damn, you went back to work. That's the difference between owning your own business and having a job. I would have strung out every freaking day off that I care. That I could. I said care because I read nobody cares. I would have strung every day out and then maybe even pegged on a couple more at the end saying, I don't know. But your doctor says you're cleared. don't know about that. She freeze-dried her pet dog after its death, despite growing backlash online over the controversial practice. Why is there backlash? It's dead. It's not pet abuse. PETA shouldn't even care. It's dead. It died of a tumor. It's not a tumor. It died of a tumor. Who cares what she does with it? Kerrigan, her name's Kerrigan, chose the unusual preservation method. Let me get her picture up here again. The unusual preservation method after a canine baby died of a tumor. It's not a tumor. She described the decision as deeply personal and comforting. If something's deeply personal, wouldn't you want to keep that private? If it's deeply personal, why are you putting it out there for the world to see? Deeply personal. I mean, my wife and I do things that are deeply personal, and you guys never hear about it because it's deeply personal. The music and engineering student, there's an interesting combo. Music and engineering student who claims she paid £2,600 for the process. Why do they repeat themselves 20 times in here? I'm telling you, it's like the kids like, okay, I want an essay on what you did over the summer, and it needs to be 3 pages. I went to Disneyland over the summer, and then I just hung out at home and played video games. The video games were fun. I really liked them. They were really enjoyable. Video games are fun. I like to play them a lot. Disneyland was really fun. My favorite part was going to Disneyland. It was really, really neat. I liked seeing all the rides and being on them. It was really fun. You know, where you're just trying to make 3 pages. You don't really have anything to say. I don't even know where I was going with that. What does that have? What does that have in common with this? Oh, the story. It's just repeating things over and over again. The music engineering student who claims she paid like she might be lying. It was actually cheaper. £2,600 for the process said, quote, I had no hesitation. She continued, quote, baby is my soul dog. I wanted him with me somewhere, somewhat. I loved him so much. Isn't the new modern thing to clone your dog? Isn't that what all the actors and actresses are doing now? Their dog dies and they clone it. Because then it's like living. It's not the same dog if you know anything about cloning. But it's the same DNA. Somewhere, somewhat. I loved him so much. I hated how expensive it was. I feel like they're profiting off my grief. So she did it, but she's mad it was expensive. They freeze-dried your dog. Do it yourself if you think it's too much money. Go get one of those food dehydrators and stuff your dog in it. It's got to be industrial size for a big quantity. You can't, I feel like they're profiting from my grief. That's not a lot of money to freeze dry a dog. I think you're profiting off your story, creating content. But it was worth it because it was for baby. His body is one of a kind. Is this a soul dog? Or was she like doing things with it? Body is one of a kind? Who talks like that? It's a dog. Everyone wants to see what the freeze-dried dog looks like, I'm sure. There we go. That's what a freeze-dried dog looks like. Well, that's the head. Let me see if I can find another angle. Is that dead? Is that the pose? What's the pose? No, that's alive, right? Is that a dead dog or is that a live dog? Ad. Oh shit, that is a big ass tumor. Why couldn't they just cut that off? I'm looking. There she is again. That ain't the pose, it's dead. Where's the freeze-dried part? Ooh, damn, that thumbnails.
You one ugly motherfucker.
What the hell? Hold on. Football Legends oldest Playboy model X fumed at Tinder and Hinge picks Storm. Sorry, I'm looking at that one right there. I don't know what does that mean? X fumed at Tinder and Hinge picks Storm? I don't know what that means. Where's none of these pictures are the dog freeze dried. Unless that one is. I don't think that one is either. If you're going to do a story about a freeze dried dog, you better have a freaking picture of it. I'm not saying that it's a lie because they didn't say pictures inside, but come on. Kerrigan added, it was weird seeing him in a different form. I cried at first, but over time it helps you overcome your grief. That lady, stop that tone, British lady. I like how Microsoft says it's a warning so that you know that your mic is open. This mic's open all the time and it doesn't go boom, boom, boom. Just remember, anything you say. Kerrigan added, oh wait, I already read that. Quote, I feel like I can properly grieve because he wasn't just ripped from me. It's comforting knowing he's always with me. He ain't always with you, lady. It's just meat now. There's no brain. On the intro of this show, me talking about what I don't like about dogs, because they're such suck-ups and they're brown-nosers. And this dog wouldn't be that way. I would probably like this dog. I would. This dog's not going to suck up to me and kiss my ass. It's going to be more like a cat, or it just doesn't care. Okay, Kerrigan based in Los Angeles. Figures! Sorry, LA people, but sometimes you guys, you're all weird. Kerrigan, based in Los Angeles, adopted a baby in 2018 after fostering him, recalling how the pair formed an instant bond. James Bond. The dog later developed a rapidly growing tumor, leaving her to make the difficult decision to put him down. Real quick, can't you just... The tumor was hanging off of his belly. Couldn't she have just, had the vet cut that off? I don't know. She said, I could see him struggle doing little things like walking. I cried all the time because I didn't want to let him go. We're at the point of the show where the story has a big ad going down it because Google sucks. Google sucks. Google sucks. Sorry, wrong song. All right. Now I got to match up where I was to where I am. Okay, freeze drying is a process that preserves the body by removing moisture. I'm not going to lie. Even I think this show sucks today. I am not doing a good job. Maybe it's because I took a nap 30 minutes ago, which I'm going to get to. I was thinking about it when I woke up from my nap. Sleep, if you really think about it, is whack. Sleep is weird. Not just the dream, the whole process of sleep and how important it is just wacky. Like, if I would have designed things, why do people have to sleep? And how many millions of people are killed because they were sleeping and then someone caught them sleeping and killed them, back in the days? I don't think it happens as much anymore. Well, let's just say you're a soldier out in the war zone and you're sleeping and someone comes up and they attack you while you're sleeping. It is really wacky. Can we redesign the universe where There's no and a third of our life is spent sleeping. What a waste. Not doing anything productive. It's not like I'm selling cases of toilet paper while I'm sleeping. I'm just sleeping. It's a waste of a third of my life. It's just weird. And dreams are weird. Kerrigan Payne. There you go. There's my ADD going off on a tangent. Freeze drying is a process that preserves the body by removing moisture, while maintaining its physical form. Kerrigan paid in for the pricey procedure in installments. I'm surprised they didn't say it was 2,600 pounds again. Like we forgot the other 5 times of the story where they repeatedly said it. There's another point where you could have thrown the money in again, or the amount. Her decision has sparked intense debate online, with many social media users criticizing the move. Once again, who cares? It's dead. She didn't kill the dog, like put a pillow over its head so she could freeze dry it. It's died of a tumor. A person said, quote, "This is grief avoidance." Oh, now we're going to, society, online people are going to tell us how we're supposed to grieve. Really? You're not grieving in the right way. No, you're doing it wrong, idiot. No, this is how you grieve. You don't freeze dry your dog. You bury it. Or you cremate it and put your ashes downstairs in a little kitty urn. Quote, "The only way to come out the other side of grief is to go through it," unquote, another person added. That sounds like some stupid shit you're going to read in a fortune cookie. The only way to come out the other side of a grief is to go through it. And I did not say it with a racist accent.
Racist piece of shit.
As much as you think I did not. It's how I read fortune cookies. Another person added, quote, "If we were related, I would call them people.
Racist piece of shit.
If we were related, I would call them people and tell them you're having an episode."
Racist piece of shit.
Them people, what? You mean the psychiatry? Psychiatrists? Someone else argued, quote, "I am horrified. I loved my dog, but I would never desecrate her remains for my selfishness. I took her paw prints and made a painting. I feel close to her when I look at it. I am horrified. I would never desecrate her remains for my selfishness." Is freeze drying your dead dog, is that really selfish and something to be horrified for? Let's just pretend it's a cow or a pig. You're going to eat it. Not a cow or pig with a tumor, but I mean, if it's a cow or pig, you're going to eat it. So is freeze drying a dog really that? I mean, some parts of the world, the dog's going to go, nom, 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 nom. I'm just saying, is that really horrifying? People online are, just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you have to share your opinion. Me, I have opinions all the time. I don't share them with you people. You people.
Racist piece of shit.
Yes, I do. Is Haunted Horse sleepwalking right now? Sleepwalking is, man, I could do a 12-hour show on how weird sleep is. If you really think about it, how really weird sleeping is. It's weird. And sleepwalking, so real quick on sleepwalking, I don't know if I've told this story before. We bought this house, and the people that lived here before had 2 daughters. They were probably, so they used to play with the girls next door, and they're now in their teens. So they're probably like in the 6 to 8 range. 6'8", 6'9", not in height, but age, 6 and 8, or maybe 7 and 9, something in there. Anyway, when they moved out, what's weird is there's locks on the outside of the bedroom doors. Like locks, like you can put the lock down. And then our front door, has a deadbolt with the key on both sides. So you can lock it from the inside and no one can get out. And my theory, after I was really troubled, like, oh my God, they locked their kids in the house, is they probably had a sleepwalker. So one of their daughters must have sleptwalked. But so, because I'm too cheap to change the lock, the deadbolt, we just leave the key in on the inside. And anytime people come over to visit that haven't been here before, they're like, you have a key on the inside, like you can lock the door and no one can get out? Yeah, because we're going to eat you and freeze dry you. No. It was the neighbors before us, and I just don't see any reason to pay $200 so that I can have a bolt instead of a key. There's other doors in the house that you can get out of if I try to come at you with a knife. Don't be scared. You can go out the back door. You can go out the other back door. Don't get near my back door. Let's see. Others question the emotional impact of keeping a preserved pet. These people think too much. Jeez, this story's gone on forever. One person said, quote, I'm not here to judge, but, and whenever someone says I'm not here to judge, but, they're about to judge. Stolen from Rome. Quote, I'm not here to judge, but when you are looking at him, do you ever expect him to move as if he is alive? Quote, I wouldn't be able to, usually I don't read the comments. Why am I reading the comments? You know what? I was searching for a picture of the freeze-dried dog, and I'm sorry, folks. There isn't one. There is not a picture of the freeze-dried dog. At least obvious. I mean, like I said, I don't know if one of these pictures is the dog freeze-dried. That one, I could see that, but look at laying down, that I don't know that it would be in that position. And what is this? Is that a leg or an arm? I don't know. Why is there a hole here, too? What the hell is that? And it says something. Someone punched a hole in that, whatever that is. This whole thing is scary. Anyway, let me see. Can I find a picture of the freeze-dried dog, you think? Let's see. What is her name? Not Candace. This is where, if I was you folks, I would just leave the show. If you think it's bad now, it's just going to get worse. Why? Where's that? Kerrigan. Okay, so let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to ask British Lady. I don't think she will. Kerrigan freeze dry dog photo. Let's see if I can find this. No, it's a bunch of dogs. Hey, Google. Yeah, jeez. She's a content creator. Why can't we see it? She freeze dried her dog. Facebook. This is a different woman. Oh, wait. Is that her? No. I don't know if that's her. I don't think her hair color is different. Maybe lots of people do this. I don't think that's her.
Baby passed away, and I wanted
that
to
is
talk
her because
about
that's the
his
dog.
Freeze-drying process. So this is Baby.
Baby.
He passed
Oh,
away.
wait, shit. Sorry, people. You're not seeing it. Sorry. That's the dog
It's
freeze
officially
dried.
been 1 year since Baby passed away, and I wanted to talk about his freeze-drying process. So this is Baby. He passed away November 6th of 2024. It's November 15th of 2025, so it's officially been 1 year.
What's that guy at
And
the top doing?
I chose to get him freeze-dried, but that is something that I feel like helped me with my grief, and it's been able to help me kind of move on. He did have a tumor on him,
I don't
a
like
very,
looking at that guy up
very
there.
large tumor on him.
I'm just gonna stop her right there.
I'm going to stop you right there. Ha! See what I did, dude? Ha ha ha! Two can play at that game. I'm just going to stop her right there. I'm going to stop you right there because I really don't care what you are going to say. Just like you don't care what I'm going to say. All right, there we go. We saw the freeze-dried. Well, we saw the head. Holy shit, this story, when I searched this article, this story's gone viral. Should have freeze-dried my cat instead of cremating it. Damn. I could have 10 viewers now instead of 7. Totally creeped out. Dino's here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Trying to watch baseball in the backyard, but these freaking birds. By the way, Dino, I had many people reach out to me. And it's my fault. I told you to stay outside and just annoy people with the birds. They weren't happy. And it's my fault. So no more outside, Dino, because I heard about it after the show was over. I couldn't even hear what he was saying, and the birds were drowning him out. Okay, it's my fault. My fault. How great would it be if the dog's name was Harding? Harding? Like Tanya Harding? Or like Harding like he's freeze-dried and hard? You'd make a great vet, Haunted Horse. I would? I'm not gonna lie. When we had to put my cat down, it was our cat, but it started out being my cat before I met my wife. I was bawling like a baby. That was not fun. And I know right after we had put her down and we're loving her and everything, and then they take her away when you're ready, right? I'm like, I am never, ever getting another pet again. And then 8 months later, I got 2 more cats. But, man, I did not want to go through that ever, 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 ever again. And here's the weird thing. My father had passed away before that cat passed away. In fact, my dad loved that cat. So maybe I was even projecting even more. I don't know. And I was with my grandmother when she passed away or whatever. The difference is, of course, people are more important. I'm not going there. I'm not equating a cat to my dad or my grandmother. But the difference was they passed away naturally, right? My cat was very, very sick, but I had to make the decision to put her down. And, I mean, she was suffering. The last day, I'm like, we need to do this right now because she was just starting to just really not up until then, she was doing fine, but that last day, it was like she was suffering. So we got her down there real quick, and we actually went to a 24-hour because I didn't want her to wait overnight for our vet to open up. So it was worse because even though it was the right thing to do, I was doing it. I was like, okay, put my cat down. It was that whole it's my decision to do the right thing. But I would rather not. I would rather wake up in the morning and just have her be like, right? And not me going, okay, put the needle in. Just brutal. And we're in the waiting room and they're like, tell us when you're ready and we'll come in and we'll administer the thing. So we're, and I'm like, okay, we're ready. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm the one that's telling them to put my, which it was the right thing to do. I've also seen people keep their pets too long, where the pet. What a great topic on Monday. Aren't you glad you showed up? So uplifting and joyful, just what I want the show to be. But I've seen people hold on too long where the animal look arthritis and they're all and you're like, oh my God, put your pet down. They're suffering and it's just because you cannot let go. It's not cool. So anyway, yeah, Hot Hoss, you suck. Difference is that you're not freeze drying your pop. My pop. I didn't freeze dry my cat either. Moving back inside, laughing. Hey, baby, looking for a party? I don't have that drop. Sorry, Bacon's not here. Bacon likes to show up on Tuesdays. But he never says he's going to be on Tuesdays. But I'll get a tweet tomorrow. Oh, now watch. Now that I said it, he won't. But I'll get a tweet tomorrow about 11 o'clock in the 10, 11 in the morning. Hey, I'm available tonight. All right. On a horse, kick yourself in the nards until I get there. I don't even know what that means. I lost a parakeet once. A parakeet? Okay, I have a theory. And Polly's going to tell me I'm wrong. Obviously, you have an animal and you love it or whatever. But there is a scale. Like, I've lost fish. And I have had birds that died. Not a parakeet. What's the other one? It's, what's the next level up a bird? When I say level up, I'm talking about money. Cockatiel. Not the expensive white one.
Racist piece of shit.
That costs like $2,000. Those are cockatoos. Cockatiel with the little shit or whatever. I mean, you know, and it's like sad for a little bit. But cock block. But once you move into dogs and cats, then the grief is like, because, you know, a turtle, you have a pet turtle, you have pet fish, you have pet hamster. I've had hamsters. The grief, but I remember losing my first dog, Dachshund. I think I had her for like 14 years. No, it couldn't be 14 years. She passed away. She was about 10 years old, and she just expired. Luckily, I didn't find her. My dad did. All buried before I knew that she was gone. And that was the first one. Like at 10 years old, like my dog, it died. I'm like, oh! So dogs and cats. But yeah, the Beretta bird. Yeah, the cockatoo. Not a macaw. Macaws are loud. I went into my bird mode. I've told you this. I had at one time, I had 1, 2, 3. I think I had 5 birds. I had 2 blue crowns, a green cheek conure, 2 blue crown conures, a green cheek. I had 1. I had 2 more. Anyway. And I always wanted one of the expensive ones. The most expensive birds. The blue crowns were $400 each. Anyway, I went through a bird phase where I was buying birds. But I always wanted a talking one. I never had a talking one. But man, macaws are loud. They'll talk, but they also go ah! Like all the like, oh my God, but they're beautiful. Anyway, macaw. They had gold crown macaw. I think golden blue. Those were going for, and this is back in 92 when I was going through this bird stage. Those were 7,000 in 92. The macaws that had the red, like the rainbow, the red, the blue, the green, those things were like 12. I would imagine those are way more. The Beretta birds were going for 1,000 to 1,200, which back in 92, $1,000 to $1,200 to me back then that'd be like, you know, like $8,000 to me now. It's like was out of my range. Was this before cockfighting across America? Oh my God. Wait, cock fighting across, wait, no, I'm cough. What does that stand for? Cock American fighting. Cock. Are those the right letters? Stephen Crotown's here.
Welcome to the party, pal.
What are you doing, horse? Hanging out with all your friends? Is she your friend? She's my daughter. Sorry. Yes, I'm hanging out with all my friends. Are they your friends? 10 minutes to get this last story. Remember when I said I'm going to have to get more stories? I don't think I have to. North Carolina flight delayed by bee swarm on turbine. This video is cool. Yes, I cheated and watched the video. If I can find it. These articles have videos and then they disappear once they've played. Horse tricks expensive wine. What? Oh, here it is. I'm going to watch it on YouTube so I don't have a commercial. Okay. I'll show you the video at the end. That's called a tease in the industry. April 6th, an American Airlines plane preparing to depart from North Carolina airport was delayed for about an hour due to a swam of bees. It's a swam of bees. It's not a swarm of bees. Look at their typo. Nice editing. You have one job, editor. Swam of bees. Due to a swam of bees. This is an actual newspaper article from the UPI. Nice editing. Can you not even run AI through it to look for the typos? I do Microsoft Word and it gives me a red line underneath. I mean, swam is a word, but in that context, AI should figure that out. Anyway, an American Airlines plane preparing to depart from a North Carolina airport was delayed for about an hour due to a swam of bees. Micah McCullough, a passenger aboard the plane at Charlotte Douglas International Airport, captured video as beekeepers and airline employees worked to remove the bees from the plane's turbine. Okay, I've got a question, $50 million question. Why can't you just turn the engine on and suck the bees into it? Sorry. I hit that button when I knocked over the microphone for British Lady. Are bees going to bring down a plane like birds do? Bird strike, right? I know you're not, a bird is bad. But if a bee is going to bring down the airplane, I don't want to be on an airplane. If something that small is going to cause the plane to crash. It's bee. It's a bee. Too bad it's not Bella Bee. Hey-o! All right, here we go. That is going to keep the airline from flying for an hour? I like the music. You know what? That music might be copyright. I'm not taking the chance. There we go. Let's talk over it. So there's the beekeeper. Badass. There's a bee on his finger, just blows it off. Gotta look for the queen, right? Once you get the queen, then the other one's gonna follow. That really is that is gonna delay a plane for an hour. Some bees. Why? Is that really going to wreck a plane? I got to read the story and find out if a swam of bees can bring down a plane or ruin the engine. Micah McCullough captured that video. Thank you. It was very intriguing. As beekeepers and airline employees worked to remove the bees from the plane's turbine. The video shows the bee rescuers. Is that why they did it? They waited an hour because they didn't want to kill a bee? Is that why? Like, oh, bees are sacred. Oh, we got to save the bees? Is that why? Video shows the bee rescuers placing the insects into a box for safe transport. The bees were removed, and the plane departed for San Francisco an hour later. An hour behind schedule. They didn't tell us why they went through all this trouble. They didn't tell us why it took an hour for them to get the bees into a safe box. What? Just turn the engine on and go. I'd be pissed. Why are we running an hour late? Gotta save the bees. There's bees. We gotta save them. Honey. We won't have any honey if we don't save the bees. We're going to wait on the tarmac for an hour because you don't want to squish some bees. How many bees get sucked into the engine all the time? Lots. I have bees hit my windshield every day. Every day. I mean, sometimes. But every day sounds more important. I don't stop driving down the road because I might hit a bee. Darren, thank you for sharing the show. Appreciate it. Stephen Crowtown's very talky. You're my pocket friends. What? Cockfighting Across America Foundation. That's what it is. Cockfighting's one word. See, that's where I was screwed up. I thought it was cockfighting. Cockfighting Across America Foundation. That's right. That's right. You're not helping kids, Rum. You're hurting them. And you shouldn't be talking about it on the radio, man. Odell Beckham Jr. made a flight delay 3 hours because he refused to deboard and made everyone get off. That doesn't shock me at all. A wide receiver being weird does not shock me. Not wearing any gear. And the bees were dropped into the ocean. That's speculation. We don't know that the bees were dropped into the ocean. Speculation on your part. Hey, Stephen Crowtown, you used to help out on the Music Way Back Wednesday show. Bacon's going to be he's going to be breaking down entire albums on his new music show. What else do we have? I'm in that weird spot. 3 minutes. I don't have time to start another story, but I also don't have anything to say other than sleeping is weird. If you think about it, you close your eyes for a third of your life, and then you go into this You go into this transient state where you have sometimes bad nightmares, or you have dreams where you're walking up the stairs and then there's flowers at the top, and then a flying turtle comes by and bites the flowers, and then you go back down the stairs, but they don't go the same way that they came up. They go off to the left, and then you're trapped behind a door, and on the other side is an ice cream factory, and they're going to close in 30 minutes, and you're not going to get the ice cream unless you get through the door. So then you go find the key and open the door, and the ice cream factory is gone. I mean, shit like that. It's like, what purpose is that? Why do I need to have a dream about being locked out of the ice cream factory and flying turtle eating flowers? What does that do for anybody? Sleeping is so weird. Whack. Speaking of sleeping, here's an ADD. I'd never seen this movie before. Zero Dark 30. Great movie. It was about the looking for Osama bin Laden. It took 12 years to find that dude. Anyway, the CIA op that looked and all the, the interrogations of the terrorists and everything else. The reason I thought about that with the sleep is they use sleep deprivation. After 3 days without sleep, you start having short-term memory loss. Anyway, Guantanamo was whack. I'm glad I didn't end up there. Waterboarding, they showed what they did and everything. Anyway, they got Osama bin Laden. Great movie. Jessica Chastain, great movie. Good movie. Watched it over the weekend. Hadn't seen it before. I should have been watching Dune 2, so I could tell Gail I watched Dune 2. But I'm like, looking at my library, and I'm like, I'm in the mood for this. I've never seen it before. Everyone got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Got all these critically acclaimed. I'm going to watch this, and I'm glad I did. It was interesting. A lot of stuff I didn't know about. And then at the end of the movie, spoilers, Osama bin Laden gets shot. Spoilers! Sorry if you didn't know that. Yeah, they popped him at the end of the movie. He's not out there anymore, if you didn't know. Sorry to spoil the movie for you. Jessica Chastain is scrumptious. You know who Jessica Chastain reminds me of? And if you want to get into Jessica Chastain movies, Molly's Game is amazing. And Molly Bloom has been on Rome's show twice. She is so freaking smart, but too smart. She had that illegal gambling operation when she was in college, and the mob was after her. The feds were after her. Anyway, Jessica Chastain was in that. You know who I get Jessica Chastain, and it's because they're redheads. I always get her confused with Bryce Dallas Howard. Is that her name? Bryce Dallas Howard? Bryce Dallas Howard. I always get those two mixed up. who's in the Lost World franchise or the dinosaur franchise or whatever. They're both scrumptious. Something about a redhead. I never, ever dated a redhead. Kissed a redhead, never dated a redhead. It's one of those little smoochy smooches. Your dreams are weird from all the weird news going into your subconscious mind. I mean, Armin, that sounds good, but I've never had a dream about I've never seen or read or thought about a flying turtle until it shows up in your dream. Some of the dreams, unless you're saying weird life creates a weird dream, it doesn't exactly match. Then I get it. It gets all blended and comes out as turtles and roses. Okay, blended. See, I didn't go to the next line. I think living in a house is weird. Signed, Ray. Polly. Is that your Matt impression? You're welcome, you puke. All right, that's the show tonight. Tomorrow, I will film the commercial right now. As of right now, I have no co-host tomorrow, but sometimes that changes. I think Bacon's been on Tuesday, 2 or 3 Tuesdays in a row. I had a dream with a cell phone in it yesterday. That was weird. That is weird. Wild. You know what else is weird? This is sleep again. How many times do you sleep and don't remember any of your dreams? But then there's other times where you sleep and you remember all your dreams. What's up with that? What's up with that? And why do you have to dream? I know sleeping and it's getting rid of the proteins and the toxins in the brain and it cleans. I get all that. But why don't you just close your eyes and have nothing happen? Why are you dreaming? Why is that important? Because, like, when you're sleeping, like, who cares? Why don't you just have a blank slate? Close your eyes, you sleep, and then you wake up. Why do you have to have a dream? I had way more nightmares when I was younger than I do now. Some of the good nightmares I used to have, this is the 70s, folks. So if you're younger than me, you didn't probably experience this. Nuclear war. I had that one a lot. Because, you know, they had the drills in the school. You get under the desk and close your eyes and you plug your ears and whatever. Like you're really going to survive a bomb because you do this. Oh, that little kid over there, he caught on fire from the nuclear explosion. But little Chris over there, he did this. He's safe. Please. But I had that. You know what's weird now is I have dreams about like my family members that have passed away. I think I've told this before. I'll have a dream about my dad, right? So I'm whatever. I'll see my dad. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought you had died. And he's like, no, I was just, I moved away for a while and now I'm back or whatever. And then, we're all hanging out or whatever. And then my reality starts going, no, you're really dead. I'm like, no, and then it's like, no, you're really dead. And then it's like, okay, I'm dead. You're dreaming. I'm like, oh, fuck. Sucks. Because for a minute I thought it was a big con. I thought you just moved away for a while. Anyway, that's a weird one. I've told people that have had people close to them pass away that was like the first person, like a mom or something. And I'm like, you're going to have this. And then then they tell me like, 7 days later or 10 days later, they're like, I had the dream where they were in my dream. And I'm like, aren't you dead? And they're like, no. And then I believe it. And then I wake up and I'm like, told you it's coming. And they're fucked up. They're weird because you feel really good for a while until you wake up and you're like, fuck. It did happen. I dream of Genie signed Larry Hagman. J.R. Ewing. Didn't want any of that. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, real quick, and I will get out of here. Remember when we did the retro show 2 weeks ago? If you were there, Bacon, Gail, and we were playing all the intros to like old 70s and 80s shows, and we're toys and everything. That show, the 4 hours, got pulled down. Copyright infringement. One thing caused it. Everything else was like, copyright, but we'll leave it up. It's no big deal. You're not monetized. Doesn't matter. One thing pulled it down, and once I removed it, it was fine. Out of that entire 4 hours, you know what the one thing that pulled it down was? The Magnum PI intro. Da-na-na-na. Once that pulled the whole 4 hours down, once I removed that little piece out of it, it went back up. That one thing out of all the hundreds of things I played, Magnum PI intro pulled it down. I had to remove it to get it back up. Out of all the things, the Magnum PI intro was the one. Like, they're like, oh, you can do all that, Sanford and Son, all that, but don't mess with the Magnum PI intro. We're pulling that shit down. Copyright infringement.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
See, Bill Bixby doesn't get me pulled down. The Hulk doesn't get me pulled down. But that Magnum intro, I dreamt my dad was here mowing my lawn because I can't right now. He died 15 years ago. I have those still. You're rebuilding synopsis and stuff during REM sleep when you dream. Really? Is that what we're doing? Dodgers up 9-1 in Toronto. Shocking. You mean the team that spent the most money on their players is winning? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Dodgers are going to get another ring because they spent more money than everyone else. Shocking. Shocking how that works. Shocking how in the NFL it's hard to repeat because everyone has a hard salary cap. And you can't cheat. Outspend the smaller markets. I cannot wait until Major League Baseball locks out the players, puts Scabs on the field, not Johnny Scabs, Scabs on the field, let Scabs play for a year or two, and then the fucking players cry, come groveling back, and accept a hard salary cap. Do what the NFL did. Put Scabs on the field. And I'll support it. To break that fucking union. I'm not anti-union. I'm anti-sports unions. They're bad for the customer experience. Sick of this fucking shit. Oh, we'll just write another check for $700 million and pick up that guy. Oh, that guy's $1.2 billion. We'll get him and we'll get him and we'll get him. Fuck the Dodgers. Hey, Dodgers, go fuck yourselves. Actually, the best thing about the Dodgers is they are going to get us a hard cap. That's the best thing. They've gotten so over the top that Major League Baseball has to finally say, okay, they're ruining the game. Let's put a hard cap on there. Let's break the players' union. Let's put Scabs on the field, not Johnny Scabs. That was a great show, says Relaxing. Ow! I just hit my finger on the tripod. All right, I'm out because I got to go put ice on my finger. My pinky right here. Everybody back tomorrow. I don't know who's here, honestly, but I'm going to be here. That is the one thing, the constant of this show. Haunted Horse and Friends may not have the friends, but it'll always have the Haunted Horse, except for that Monday I was off and Bacon and Darren filled in. But other than that, and I didn't let them call it Haunted Horse and Friends. They called it the Water Hole. It was not Haunted Horse and Friends, even though it was a Monday. All right, I'm out. I'm just rambling at this moment. Back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific. Hey, Polly, it's nice to see you in the... Polly went on the cruise with me because he guessed the mystery song, which was Kokomo by the Beach Boys. So he was the cruise to the Caribbean winner. And look at that. He's in the chat. That's what happens when you pick Kokomo by the Beach Boys.